What's up, guys? It's Christina. I'm here to answer all your questions that's been burning in your minds about Shadows of Truth. I'm so excited for the second edition to come out on August 7th. So make sure you pick it up at a Barnes & Noble near you. Or for you digital types, go ahead and check it out on Amazon.com. So let's get started with your questions. I know you have so much to talk about, from Michelle to Jason to Monique, the pastor, the ladies at the church. Just so much to talk about. So let's get going.
Stephanie Jones wants to know, where are you from?
Well, first, Stephanie, thanks so much for writing in. I appreciate your questions. Your girl is from the Bay Area. That's right, California, San Francisco Bay Area. Born and raised here.
Kayla Johnson wants to know, tell us your latest news.
Well, right now, as you guys know, I'm working on the second book in the 7-book series for Shadows of Truth. I'm so excited. Soon I'll be releasing DNA. I'll give you some more information about that a little bit later on. But working on that, also working on an album. Hopefully it will be out very soon. So you guys keep looking out for your girl.
Then we have Miranda Smith. She wants to know, when and why did you begin writing?
Miranda, that is a great question. You know, I always was a writer, writing when I was a little girl. In fact, I realized that I really loved it. I first started out writing a lot of poems, but then I said, you know, what else can I do? So I actually tried to write a theme park, some type of ride for Disney. It's so crazy. I started off with this whole writing scheme where it was like a complete story that you would ride through, and then I said, if I can do that, what else can I do? So I was pretty young when I did that. I believe I was in middle school when I did that.
Chris Matthews wants to know, when did you first consider yourself a writer?
You know, it's so interesting. Writing is so personal for me. I'm not really used to putting my work out there and letting a whole bunch of people see it and have opinions about it. So I think the very first time I really considered myself a writer was actually releasing Shadows of Truth. Getting all the amazing feedback from everybody and just the support, I said, okay, you know, this is obviously something that I have a talent in, and why not go forward with it? And that's when I realized this is what I do. It's who I am.
John Smith wants to know, what inspired you to write your first book?
Okay, so John, it's so crazy how it happened. Really, it's simple. You know how everybody's mom always says, you can do whatever you want to do, you know, just believe and you can achieve. You know, those sayings that everybody thinks are just so corny. Well, I kid you not, they are so true. Basically, my mom always taught me I could do whatever I wanted to do, and as a Christian woman as well, I know that I could do all things through Christ. So I woke up one day, said I was going to write a book, and there you have it, I just did it.
Alex Thomas wants to know, do you have a specific writing style?
Okay, so this is gonna sound so crazy, Alex. Literally, what I do literally is I come up with characters. A lot of times they come out of dreams or things I've seen, people I know, kind of thing. And my style, I really just wing it. I actually let the characters tell me what to write, if that makes any sense. I don't know if it does, but I always write from the perspective of watching a movie. And so a lot of times that's kind of my style. My style is more centered on dialogue and what you see, not necessarily the background detail. More of the interaction between the characters is really, you know, what I'm all about.
Taylor Williams wants to know, how did you come up with this title?
Okay, Ms. Williams, so this is how it was. I was actually going to San Francisco State doing the MRI program, which is the Music Industry Recording Program. Shout outs to all my MRI folks out there. I was doing it, and actually a friend of mine, we were sitting down trying to come up with a title for this book, and I went through so many titles. I think I was What's Done in the Dark, and I was a title option I had, and I was like Shadows of People, Shadows, and my friend was like, well, there's truth in the shadows, so how do you marry that together? And then we ended up just all kind of clicking at once, said Shadows of Truth, that's it. So that's kind of how it was born.
Kendall Baptiste wants to know, is there a message in your novel that you want readers to grasp?
Alright, Kendall, so what I really want people to get from this whole series is to mirror yourself. You should be able to see yourself in some character, some situation in the series, in Shadows of Truth particularly right now since we're talking about it, and be able to see, okay, what can I change? What can inspire me to do? What story, what notions do I have to tell somebody else. You know, I want you to see yourself in the book. Know that anything is possible, that you're limitless, but also know that two wrongs don't make a right. What you do in the dark always comes out to the light. And also that you should never make someone a priority when all you are to them is an option.
Jessica Adams wants to know, how much of the book is realistic?
So the book is 100% false. There's no story in there that's realistic to anybody I know, anything I've done, which I could say I am so juiced about, because if I told you guys, oh yeah, this is based on a thing, everybody would be like, Maury, Jerry. No, it's not that kind of situation. It's not going down like that in my life, unfortunately. But yeah, everything is completely false.
Jared Brown wants to know, are experiences based on someone you know or events in your own life?
Okay, so again, with the whole book being false, I took personality traits from people, different people I knew. So some of the characters have personality traits of other people, and other situations, you know, be it a pastor or just someone you would meet on the street, or even the main character Jason, Michelle, Monique. A lot of them are traits from people that I do know, a lot of the characteristics. A lot of myself is in a lot of my characters, be it vain. I know that's kind of vain a little bit, but I really wanted to make it a realistic, make the book as realistic as possible, and the only way to make it realistic was to be able to pull from actual live human beings. So a lot of people in my life, a lot of people I know and don't know have been the inspiration to a lot of my characters.
Jennifer Taylor wants to know, what books have most influenced your life the most?
Okay, so I'm gonna put it out there, live, internationally. Here it goes, don't hate me for it. I'm a 27-year-old Twilight junkie. Oh my God. I am so in love with Twilight. Stephenie Meyer is an incredible author. I think what she's been able to do with her saga books has just been amazing. And just the storylines are just gripping, and you can look at the book and the stories from each character's point of view and get something totally different out of it. I love her work. I love what she's done. I'm a huge fan. Of course, nothing gets better than the Bible. You know, the Bible is loaded with stories. Action, drama, love stories. You wouldn't even think that would be there, but you know, it has some great stories in the Bible. So in your spare time, not to just be a religious buff on the internet, but check out the Bible. There's so much to learn in it. Real life situation, real life stories. They're just amazing. Other than that, I have to say, you're gonna laugh. I take it back to my childhood. You got your Bears Team Bears. My mom used to always read me Bears Team Bears. You have your Dr. Seuss and Harold and the Purple Crayon. Oh my gosh. Big up to you, Harold, and your Purple Crayon, because you inspire me like no other. You don't even know. Like, I really wished I could be you growing up. Guys, go pick up Harold and the Purple Crayon. Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. I'm just saying. It's so many stories from when I was a child up to adulthood. I love them all.
Maurice James wants to know, if you had to choose, which writer would you consider a mentor?
Ooh. You know what? I have to give credit where all credit is due. I would have to say my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That's my mentor when it comes to writing, because he gives me everything. He truly inspires my dreams, and I just kind of write what he shows me, honestly. Again, all the writers that all the books and things that I referenced in the previous question, of course, add to a lot of the things that I like. I take a lot. It's so interesting. I actually take more, get more inspiration from movies that I watch than actually do books. It's really funny in that way. But definitely, like I said, my God, Stephenie Meyer, all the different books that I named, and there's so many more. I could sit here for hours and days and go through my list and my arsenal, but not gonna do that. So let's just keep it moving to the next question.